Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Netflix's The Lifeless. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Sure, I'm to leave a like. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on The Lifeless, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I'll greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, The Lifeless. It stars Sofia Carson and Kyle Allen, and it's kind of like a rom-com, if you will. It has a really bizarre plot line throughout, where Sofia Carson's character, Alex, her mother passes away, and as her mother was getting ready, to say goodbye to the world because she was sick, she finds this lifeless that Alex left when she was like 13 or whatever. But in order for Alex to get her inheritance, she has to complete the lifeless, and it has all these different things like reconcile with your father, become a teacher, teach someone, change the world, and find true love, of course, right? And with that, within the movie, they execute it much better than how I'm explaining it to you. And within that, hijinks presumes, and then Kyle Allen is the lawyer who is helping her with the lifeless. Every time she accomplishes one, she gets a DVD for explaining something with her mother, and then at the end she does get what she was owed within the will. But there is a ticking time clock against it. And, I knew nothing about this movie going into it. I didn't know if this was an adaptation of a novel. It does seem very novel-y in some areas. I just saw the cast. I'm a huge fan of it. And, if y'all been following me for a long time, y'all know Zeke loves love. I saw it as a rom-com. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to push play on it. And I originally wasn't going to do no review on it whatsoever, but I have some thoughts. On this. I don't know how the viewership will be. It says recently added on Netflix, so maybe there's still some buzz regarding this film. But yeah, I had a really good time with this overall. I just really think this was a case of they had a lot of really good ideas. And in those ideas that they had, they did execute well for the movie that they were presenting and for the time length that they had within it. I also think either one, if they wanted to do all these great ideas, they probably should have made it a show. Or two, they maybe should have cut one of these good ideas to give more time to the other ideas that they were presented. Because you can have all the best ideas in the world, but if you do not have enough time to execute those ideas properly, then you have to make some sacrifices in order to really present the best movie that you could possibly get. And my real criticism within the movie is not that, hey, it has a lot of great ideas, is that when it does get to the drama, when you have to have conflict within your movie, it just really falls flat. And it really does kind of come from out of nowhere. So we really focus on three things within The Lifeless for the most part, which obviously the main one is find true love. And, there's this reconcile with the father. That's a really big one throughout the movie. Those are the main two. And then there's a third one that's kind of that we check in every now and then. I think that one, for what it is, for it being third, because, it wasn't steak and it wasn't potatoes. It was definitely the greens part of the movie. And for that, I think they executed pretty well. Again, if this was a show, we probably could have done a little bit much more to get more within the meat and bones of that to make it much more of a meatier gut punch. Or, to be more satisfying when we got to the conclusion. But for what it is within the movie, it was fine. But the main two, I do think were at odds with each other at times within it. Because the true love portion, they do the classic storyline that we have seen multiple times. And me, personally, look, every story has been done. It's really hard to find something that is completely original. And they do the whole, hey, true love was in front of you the whole entire time. How did you not notice this? Why is it taking you so long to get to it? Blah, 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 blah. Kyle Allen's character, Barry, I think was his name. Oh, no, it was Dylan. I don't know why I said Barry. And no, it's not Dylan either. It's Bradley. It's Bradley's character is with someone when they meet. And she's with someone when they meet as well. But clearly the movie is telling you multiple times these two are the ones who need to be together. And within that, when you're meeting the other characters as well within the other relationship, where you do have this little bit of a love square, and when it's presented at first, all of them are really good people. They're actually really interesting. They're very successful. They're very beautiful. They're all of these different things. And within that, because they have all of these other great ideas that are presented within the movie, when it's like, okay, it's time to do what we want to do within the movie, they have them do a sudden heel turn. With one of the characters, to be exact, where it's just like, whoa, where did all that come from? That really came from out of nowhere. I don't know why. This doesn't seem natural whatsoever. And it just really comes off as really odd. So within that, if we would have cut, maybe the dad storyline a little bit down more, maybe simplified it a little bit, because they add a lot to this dad plot, that really becomes pretty big. Like I said, steak, dad plot is mashed potatoes. It's a good size of mashed potatoes, though. And I just think if we would have cut back on that a little bit, trimmed that down a little bit more, we could have had a much beefier steak within that to really understand why the couples that are together do fall to get to where, who we ultimately want to be together within the end of the movie. Again, it's just where anytime there has to be actual drama within the film, it really does come from out of nowhere. So, and there's also this other scene too, that again, I'm not going to give anything away, is that she has siblings, right? They lost their mom. They're obviously all grieving. There's this big talking point that they're having amongst the siblings, and she storms off, and then the wife of the brother who comes to consult Alex is going, hey, he's just going through a life. She goes, what's he got going on, huh? He's got this and that and blah. And he's like, he lost his mom. I'm like, yeah, no crap. It's just those little instances there that just don't feel natural. I'm like, nobody would really be like that, especially with a sibling. When you lose a parent, you're all grieving, and you all need to be really much more understanding. I feel like for the most part, we are. Now, I have yet to lose either one of my parents, God forbid, right? But I do feel like if one of them goes, all of the siblings will be there for each other one way or the other, and be very understanding when one is a little bit more meaner than they typically are. And those aspects of it really just didn't sit right with me. But again, the most problems I had with it when it came to our steak storyline with this love square of characters, and then of course the dad storyline, where I just really feel like they were at odds with each other. Now again, overall, with the movie that is presented, they did fairly well with what was given and how they cut it and how they edited it together. Overall, I still had a very good time with the movie. It's just, again, when there was drama / conflict, which is the main driving point of the movie that makes you want to keep watching, I just feel like it stumbled on its feet a little bit. But let me know what y'all think of it down in the comment section. If you made this far within the review, please leave a like. I do greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button, as I am trying to grow into my YouTube career. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.